Today we are working on Perfume Pretty Barbie. And her hair's in pretty great condition. It just felt really weird. I was pretty happy with how she arrived, actually. She wasn't in too bad of shape. I got her off of eBay, and she came with another Barbie, the easy to dress ballerina Barbie. And I'm going to work on her in a different video, but seriously, it wasn't so bad. I just went and removed her elastic, trying not to cut her hair off, and did the typical washing of the hair, and then I did a conditioner set for like 30 minutes or so. I just let the hair sit there with the conditioner and then slowly tried to brush it out. It was very, very tangly. This type of hair always trips me up a little bit. It's not as easy to manage as the other type. So this is just all of the conditioner in the hair. I think at some point I'm showing you what I'm using. I need to get some really cheap conditioner. Not to say this one isn't cheap. It's just not, it's not like what other people use. This is an actual, like, I guess a nicer bottle of conditioner. And I'm sure, a cheaper one from the drugstore would work better with all of the, silicone stuff, that coating that I would put on the hair. So the bangs also tripped me up a lot because I wasn't exactly sure how they were supposed to lie. So I had to have a picture of Perfume Pretty Barbie up just next to me at all times so I could figure out what I was going for. So I ended up just really pouring boiling water down the front of the bangs and then pressing them down so I could work with them in that way so they would lay flat. And then after they dried, I was able to kind of spike them up. Right now, she looks crazy. She actually looks like the weird Barbie from the movie. Just the hair. It's crazy. But her bangs are very thick, and her hair is very thick. So, yeah. And I was kind of surprised when I was looking at the pictures of Perfume Pretty Barbie that her hair isn't in glorious, humongous curls. It's very like understated, which is very weird to me because most of the 80s Barbies they have these elaborate curly hairdos. So I really wanted to get some of those curls back in. And I think I accomplished it. I think she looks pretty good. So yeah, this brush is just a wig brush that I got off Amazon. It works really well. I use it on my American Girl dolls hair too. It just really helps detangle. And I use the rat tail comb too. And I even use a wide tooth comb for the curls. So here I'm going in with the other hairbrush and just trying to get the bottoms to lie flat. I think I did end up having to trim some of the bottom of that because it was like really fried. But see, look at the bangs. They look great. I'm so happy with them. And I think I was just checking for missing hair here, like if the plugs were empty, but I didn't need to add any hair, so that's very good. Just putting her earrings back on so she looks beautiful. And still checking that hairstyle, see if it fits. So I'll post a photo of what I was going for. So yeah, I think you guys get the general idea. I really wanted it to look like the picture. So just trying to get those bangs to lie flat and then kind of see where the thatch was. And I always get really confused on these types of dolls because the hair is just going backwards. So there really isn't anything else I can do with that. So now I am rolling the hair and using my paper towels as perm paper. One of these days I will actually get some perm paper, but it's just kind of crazy when you start selling dolls, pretty much with any doll restoration. project or business, you end up having to buy so many more supplies than, you know, you just can't even imagine like how much stuff you actually need. So I try to cut corners in terms of like using paper towels as perm paper or using straws for curlers and really paying attention to what I'm spending on Barbies or American Girl dolls. And even if I'm making a $4 profit, I'm still making a profit. So it's really important that I don't lose money on the Barbies. And that's something that I've really been paying attention to. So this one ended up being a little bit more than I was anticipating. I got very excited for the price of it, but then after I did, the math and factored in the shipping and the fees, I was like, oh gosh. So I want to make sure that I make her look really beautiful so I can at least break even or make a tiny profit. But I really wanted her in my collection. I really liked her outfit. I really liked all the stuff she came with, but I couldn't justify going back in and buying her gloves and her, poofy shawl thing. I just couldn't justify it. So those things sell for more than the Barbie doll in most cases. So I figured that having her ring replaced and having her original earrings and shoes and dress was good. And then having her hair in good shape. And I also went in and restored some of her makeup on her face just so she had that flush back because she was just like, her face was just very dull after I cleaned it. So I think that she'll find the right home, I'm pretty sure. Again, I put her up on my website and on Macari just in case you guys like buying from different sites that don't have all the fees, and just it's a lot on Macari. So Shopify is a lot easier for both of us. So yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed restoring this Barbie doll. I think she turned out great. I think that she was very popular back in the day when she first came out. She was like in every pamphlet. And as most people say, I really do wonder what that perfume smelled like. And I vaguely remember this Barbie, but I don't remember the perfume smelling very good. It probably smelled like baby powder. That's my guess. But yeah, I think that I really like the Whitney doll too, or maybe even more than Barbie, because she's rare, and that's always what I seem to fall in love with is the rare dolls. But yeah, so I did leave this Barbie in the warmth. I have like kind of like a tent with the UV light like you would have for like a lizard or something. And that's where I put my dolls that have stains on them and or that need to, be in the quote unquote sun. I read that somewhere people in like Seattle and stuff do this. And I was like, well, that would be a great idea because what if it's raining, And it's just great. I don't ever have to worry about forgetting the doll outside. And it's just a great place to have the Barbies dry and set their hair. So she stayed there for a little over 24 hours. And when I took the hair out, it looked great. So I'm pretty sure I have a video of me taking the hair out soon. So you guys can see the final reveal soon. So as I was doing her hair, I realized that I really need to go in with some alcohol and really make sure that I got her face nice and clean. I do scrub the Barbies with like a toothbrush that I use just on Barbies and try to get in the crevices and stuff. But she was pretty clean, but there was definitely some grime that I saw on her neck and by her ears. So I just wanted to make sure that I went in and got all of that, especially before I mat her face and add any type of paint to her. Okay, now the moment has arrived when we take out the hair. This is my favorite part. I love this. Look how beautiful that curl was. Seriously, setting it with the ice water is just something that I will always do from now on. I will never skip that step, because with the boiling water and then the ice on top of it, it just really sets the curl in place. And I love that. So I can be very certain that it's going to stay and look fabulous. Isn't she so pretty? And it definitely didn't take me a good, 5 minutes to figure out how to put on the dress. Nope, definitely not. I'm actually not even sure it's put on correctly right now, to be honest with you. Why are there holes in the bow if the arms aren't supposed to go in there? That's my question. But I guess it's supposed to be strapless. I don't know. I don't know, but I think she looks great no matter what. Look at those curls. So happy with it. Seriously. So again, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. Just get that side ponytail, but I had already put up a ponytail, so I had to bring some hair over and then kind of wrap it around, and it looked good. I think it definitely looked good. So I am just matting her face right now with some varnish, and that's just preventative so the paint doesn't streak. And really what I'm using is just some crushed up pastels, and just going in and just giving her a little bit more blush so she looks a little bit more fancy for her Perfume pretty debut. She really is so pretty. I'm so happy with how her hair is. Look at it. It's gorgeous. Look at that. And the AC is just blowing her hair. And she is gorgeous. And she is ready for her close-up. Look at that. And here are just a few pictures that I took just with my phone. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.